Oh, hey everybody, how is it going? It is early July actually now. It is, what is today's the 3rd of July of 2025. And I'm sitting out here on the ZRX1100 and I realize it's been a hot minute or so since I've made a video about this bike. But a lot of the things I've been doing on here have been pretty much repetitive, and you've seen it all before. So let me kind of go over what I've been doing here on this thing in the last probably month since the last video I made. First of all, let me start by saying I am not a certified motorcycle mechanic. I don't know what I'm doing. Ask some of my viewers. I don't have a clue what I'm doing here. But with that being said, I put a lot of time and a lot of work into this machine, and I'm loving every minute of it. I have put close to 800 miles on it since I've had it out of the shed in March, and I'm pretty happy with the way things are going with it. So what have I done? Well, I've had the carb rack on and off here many times, as you guys know, and finally did well, not finally, I should say over the time, I've done some rejetting on it, obviously, because I did the airbox delete, which ironically, this machine gets along very well with these mini pods on here as opposed to the full-size ones that I put on there when I first started. I thought I'd take a chance on these mini pods, and this machine loves those things. So that was one of the big starts. And of course, you guys know the whole history with the different brake lever on here. That's, well, okay, I'll talk about that for a minute. The different brake lever on here is because there was a little mishap with the motorcycle. I'm embarrassed about this, guys, but it tipped over. Yes, the motorcycle tipped right over on its right-hand side in the driveway. Yeah. So here's the thing. It's a sport bike, so there's no center stand on this bike. I needed to get the rear wheel up in the air to do some chain maintenance on it, which is absolutely vital on these bikes. So I hooked the paddock stand up, and as you see, there's little bobbins on each side of the rear. And I had it hooked up. I looked at it. It was lined up on the right side. The left side was hooked in. So I started lifting the bike, lifting it, and it was going well until I noticed the right side bobbin was not engaged. It started going over. I was going to try to save it, but this is a 600 pound, 500 or 600 pound motorcycle. I weigh 270 pounds. I wasn't going to stop it. I just kind of stood back and said, well, let's see what kind of damage we have here. And yeah, the brake lever suffered a catastrophic failure, I should say, at the mercy of my concrete. So that's the reason I have this different lever on here now. The throttle, of course, as you guys may or may not know, the plastic one that came originally with the bike basically disintegrated inside, so I had to resort to this. It's supposed to be a dual cable, and I do have a facility for it, but unfortunately I only have the one cable on it. I need to get a D-cell cable for it. This cable is a little bit too long, so I need to get a couple shorter ones. So that needs to happen in order to keep things legit. But as far as what I've done to the carburetors, now let's get into that. And again, I'm going to certify this by saying I am not a certified motorcycle mechanic. I don't know what I'm doing. Well, I kind of do, but for the sake of the video, let's just say I'm not a certified motorcycle mechanic, and I don't do this for a living, and I try to not work on things that I don't feel like I can handle. There were a couple times during the process that I felt like giving up on these cars because I just couldn't get them dialed in. I couldn't get it to work. I got the high speed to work fairly well with 102s in it for main jets, but the idle, not so much, and starting was extremely finicky with it. So what I ended up doing is ordering some different pilot jets. I got a 38 and I got a 40 size pilot jet for each carb. That's ×4 on each one, so that led into it. But I took the carb rack off, and like I said, a lot of this is repetitive, so I didn't film any of it and didn't show any of it because you guys have seen it all before. You've seen me pull the rack on and off how many times, seen the carbs on the bench tore apart how many times. I don't know how many times I can show that. So I just did it and left the cameras off. The 38 pilots I put in there really woke this thing up. I mean, it just came right to life. I did jump the main jets up to a 105 from the 95 originals, and that seemed to make it pretty happy going down the highway. So this machine is legitimately really, it's not 100% yet. You know, I'd say it's 99.5% there, but it is still rather finicky on the startups, and you'll see that in a little bit here. But I just kind of wanted to vlog my way through this and let you guys know that, hey, I haven't forgot about you, and this may or may not be the last video about this bike because it's basically done. I have to put tires on yet, and I need to do the cam chain, or the alternator chain idler delete thing that I do have the parts for, but that means I got to tear the whole clutch thing apart, and I'm not in a big hurry to do that. I should be, because this bike is affected by that defect, and the pressure plate is showing some nicks on it. I'll probably film that when I do that, so stick around for that one if you dare. But anyway, that's about it as far as the bike goes and what I've done to it. Not a whole lot else. So I guess what you guys are waiting for here is let's do the cold start on this thing and see how finicky it is to start up. Again, remember, this is from a guy that doesn't know what he's doing on these carburetors. Turn it on, and it hasn't been started for a while. Actually, I wrote it yesterday, but it hasn't been started since. And I give it just a touch of choke, and it, like I said, it's very finicky on the startups at the moment. So let's see if I can get at least a boop out of this thing. There we go. Completely de-choke it now. Give it a little bit. Almost. There it is. And again, like I said, it's a little finicky on the startup. I do need to go through and adjust the idle mixtures, and probably do a carb sync on it once again, and finally put the new sparkulators in too. But not bad for a guy who doesn't know what he's doing on the carburetors, isn't it? So let me jump off this thing. We'll reset the cameras and take a little ride up the street here and see what we can find out with this thing, and does it run. I already know it does. You guys haven't seen it, so yeah, we'll see. There we go. Sorry I couldn't take you guys along for the ride, but my little Acaso action cams really leave a lot to be desired. So there it is, the ZRX1100 1999 model lives to die another day.